Welcome back to this interview series about GovTech. My name is Danny Frietman. I'm one of the founders of GovTechNL. And today with me live in the studio, Nathan Ducastel, one of the directors of the Dutch Association of Municipalities. He's also one of the speakers of the GovTech Summit. I'm going to shortly introduce him. Nathan, good to have you.
Thank you, Danny.
Live in the studio in The Hague Tech. Not the first time, but the first time here, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what does the VNG, or the Dutch Association of Municipalities, exactly do?
Well, we work for all municipalities in the Netherlands, 344 of them. And we make sure that we bring our views towards the national government. And we also help the Dutch municipalities to get their IT working.
Yeah. I think it's a stupid question we're going to ask anyway. Tech, I think, is a very crucial and fundamental theme, probably also in the VNG agenda. How important is it for you also to be part of this GovTech movement in the Netherlands?
Yeah, it's very important because basically tech is everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's in society, it's in municipalities, it's in the national government, and we need to deal with it. It's relatively recent if you compare it to other fields of policy that we're working and thinking about tech. Working with and thinking about tech. And this is actually something we need to still discover together. Mm-hmm. So for us, it's really important to exchange knowledge, to learn from others, to see what's possible and what's not possible, and to adapt that into our own policies. Yeah.
You're based in The Hague, so you're probably, of course, The Hague is also, the city of The Hague, a member of the VNG, but you also have a very warm relationship with our national government. Why is it so important for you, Nathan, also from your role, to work closely with the national government around this theme?
Yeah, we're working closely with the national government because for us, we're all exploring.
Yes.
We're all exploring how to do this, how to do digital government, how to do digitization of society, which borders to prepare together, which chances to take together, and which roads to follow. And we're doing that with the national government, but we're also focusing on the European government, because also a lot of things need to be organized at the European level.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, the last 2 years has been, I think, a very, different time zone of in the world, right? We have the war, unfortunately, in Europe. There are a lot of challenges also economically. What do you think are the biggest challenges you face regarding technology for cities?
For cities, I think it's crazy what's possible with technology.
True.
And we're trying to look at how can we use technology to increase the connection with our inhabitants, with the people living in our cities. How does it shape our society? How does it shape our shopping experience? Yeah. How does it shape our work floor experience? Yeah. And cities are in the midst of that. And they're the early warning system of this digitized society. Because they see what happens if Uber comes in. They see what happens if a platform economy is forming. And they can give that back to national government and to the European government to explore together where do we want to set boundaries, where do we want to give room for experiences and experiments, and to develop further together. Yeah.
In a recent interview, our state secretary of our national government, Nathan, spoke about that we also should focus on inclusivity, that we should not forget the people, the citizens in the Netherlands that do not have access at some point towards digital apps and digital environments. How do you feel the same about that topic?
Well, it's very relevant. I mean, we should not leave no one behind.
Exactly.
But also we should not leave the front runners behind.
True.
So we should work with both. Yeah. And for me, the people who are not capable to work with technology, they should always have the possibility to use a non-digital way of connecting and communicating. Yeah. Whether that's through a library, whether that's through the city hall, whether that's just with your friends in the community around you, there should always be another way of doing it. It leaves unsaid, I mean, it doesn't need to be said that there's so many opportunities also to help these people when you're using tech and when you're using data. And that we should not leave behind. So we should not leave the front runners behind, because they can also help us to connect with those that are less connected.
We have this GovTech Summit taking place on the 1st of November. The ambition is that in the next years to come, The Hague will still be the host of the summit. You're one of the moderators, one of the speakers, Nathan. What do you think, what are you hoping for that people get out of the summit when they're here in The Hague?
Well, I look back at my own history. I've been to many summits as a participant, sometimes as a speaker. And for me, it was always important to have two new ideas two new great ideas, things that you didn't think of or that you haven't experienced or tried in your own environment yet, in your own organization, in your own company, in your own city. And I want to always meet new people, 3 or 4 new people that inspire you, that have this itch to them that you say, well, you know, this is going to bring me something. This is going to actually bring us both further, the win-win situations. So if that happens here in The Hague, in the eGov Summit, it would be great.
Thank you, Nathan, for being here at The Hague Tech, talking about the impact of VNG for the GovTech Summit. Hopefully we see each other on the 1st of November.
I look forward.
Great. The GovTech Summit, taking place at the World Forum in The Hague on the 1st of November. Please register, and we see you there, and also the speaker, Nathan Ducastel.